According to a CBS News article, court documents filed revealed that 63-year-old Robert Morris is demanding millions of dollars in payments and retirement benefits from the church, Gateway Church in Southlake, following his resignation in 2024. Now, we know why Robert Morris stepped away. I'm not going to rehash those specifics and those facts in this video, but I want you to listen to the local news here in Dallas, Fox 4, as they give an update on the demands from former Gateway Church pastor Robert Morris and his compensation after he resigned or was let go following the facts. I'm not even going to say allegations, the facts that came out with him taking advantage of Cindy Clementshire at the age of 12 years old. So let's get into the local news here and the local latest events that has transpired pertaining to the scandal at Southlake and Robert Morris. And let me know your opinions in the comments below. Let's get into it.
The founder of Gateway Church in Southlake, who resigned after child sex abuse allegations, is now in a legal fight with his church over his retirement package.
Robert Morris appeared in an Oklahoma courtroom last week for multiple charges related to incidents from the 1980s. Now the Southlake Church says Morris is asking for millions of dollars. Fox 4's Amelia Jones in Southlake with more. Amelia.
Heather, Steve, according to the court filing, Robert Morris reached out to Gateway Church with financial demands shortly after he resigned in disgrace last year. I spoke to an attorney not involved in this case who said Morris does have a claim to ask for the money because of his employee contract. However, they also shared that Gateway Church might have significant defense claims to win the case and give Morris nothing. After resigning in June 2024 as senior pastor of Gateway Church in Southlake, in light of child sex abuse allegations, Robert Morris wrote multiple letters to the church asking for his retirement payout. Court documents filed in Tarrant County Tuesday detailed the dispute between the church and former pastor. According to court documents, Morris requested that Gateway pay him $1 million and full retirement in the amount of $600,000 to $800,000 per year for the rest of his life and his wife's life. Gateway refused, and Morris responded by filing a lawsuit. The church filed a motion to stop until a mediation is held, which the church says is the dispute resolution process Morris agreed to in his employee contract.
If that is part of the contract, then it is not unusual to want to require a mediation before arbitration. The judge will ultimately decide whether or not that is enforceable.
Mary Nix is an attorney not involved in the case but has followed updates on the story. She wasn't surprised to see Morris make financial demands.
I don't think it's unexpected, particularly for someone who is in his position and is facing the result of his actions and unlikely to be able to find another source of income. I'm not surprised that he's filing a claim and trying to enforce that contract.
Nick says Morris has standing to file the lawsuit because of the employee contract. She also says Gateway Church has options when it comes to a defense in the case, including the felony charges he's facing and something called offset.
In other words, how much damages has he caused to Gateway by his actions, and does that offset any money that he would ultimately be owed in a retirement?
Gateway Church sent Fox 4 a statement about the motion. It says in part, quote, his claims are false and do not reflect accountability for the impact of his actions on the community. We are filing our own response to this lawsuit, affirming our commitment to addressing these issues thoughtfully and thoroughly. Morris is expected back in court in Oklahoma in September. He is facing 5 counts of indecent acts to a child stemming from allegations from a woman who claimed that he repeatedly raped her starting when she was just 12 years old in the 1980s. We reached out to Morris's attorney for a statement, and we're still waiting to hear back. Steve, Heather, back to you.
All right, Amelia Jones in South Lake tonight. Amelia, thank you.
Now again, let me know what you guys think of this recent news article in the comments below. Before I wrap this up, I'm going to read to you verbatim the news release from CBS News. So let's get into that. Now the headline is Robert Morris's $1 million demand. Church lawyers wrote in the court filing that amid the chaos of his conduct had unleashed upon Gateway and his community, Morris was laser focused on securing his financial future. I have so many comments on this, but I digress. On September 25th of 24, just over 3 months following Morris's resignation, his attorney sent a letter to church lawyers with various demands, including more than $1 million that had accrued in Morris's retirement account. The letter also claimed that church elders had verbally promised Morris a retirement benefit of $800,000 per year until he turns 70 and $600,000 per year for as long as he or his wife are living. Man, that's a lot of money. However, according to a retirement compensation agreement, including in the court filing, the church would pay Morris $170 per year for 20 years following his retirement. The agreement also included a provision that the retirement benefit is not payable if Morris is fired or resigns for failing to adhere to church policies and causing harm to the church. Clearly, based on these facts and based on Cindy Clemenshire and everything that transpired and with Robert Morris lying, living in a lifestyle of sin, blatantly lying to his congregants, to myself, because I was once a member of Gateway Church. Based on all of that, he did not adhere to church policies, which caused harm to, most importantly, not only Ms. Clemenshire, but every member that paid tithes, that went to church faithfully in South Lake or any other campus. So he clearly failed to adhere to church policies. Case closed. The church argued that if Morris is convicted of the criminal charges he faces in Oklahoma, it would have grounds to withhold the money. Now, Morris claims that in the meeting at Gateway last June, when he was forced to resign, he specifically asked and was assured he would receive his retirement benefits, but that the church may need to get creative with how he was going to be paid, and that Morris would not have agreed to the termination otherwise. I'm going to stop it there. A few points I want to make here. We all have different levels of lifestyles, and this further adds to the stigma and the black eye that megachurches have in this country, in this world. Based on your lifestyle, $170,000 a year, it's not little money. It's not an awful lot of money, but $800,000 or $600,000 to live off on for retirement, and you can't live off of that. I'm not specifically verbalizing what Pastor Moore said, but essentially he's saying, okay, that's not good enough. I want my money and I want it now. I want all the money that's mine. That's just crazy. And for him to continuously add to insult and injury over this whole ordeal is just debauchery. It's foolishness. I wish he would just come out and make a statement. Say, yeah, I did this, or no, I did not do that. Come out and make a statement. But I'm sure he'll never ever do that because from his actions, based on his fruit, he's a coward. So again, I digress. This is sickening. And as I said in many of these videos about the Robert Morris scandal, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised when additional things come out. and come to the open, because what's done in the dark will be revealed in the light. So again, let me know what you guys think of this in the comments below. We'll talk soon.